distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We have the pleasure to start our program tonight.
أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، أيها الضيوف الكرام، السيدات والسادة، أسعدتم مساء ويطيب لنا أن نفتتح برنامجنا اليوم.
We are pleased to invite all of you to stand up for the national anthem of the Republic of Indonesia and the national anthem of the Kingdom of Morocco.
والآن ندعوكم للوقوف جميعا للاستماع إلى النشيد الوطني لجمهورية إندونيسيا والنشيد الوطني للمملكة المغربية.
His Excellency Mr. Tosari Wijaya, the Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia, will deliver his speech.
الآن سيتفضل السيد توساري ويجايا سفير جمهورية إندونيسيا لدى المملكة المغربية بإلقاء كلمته.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honored by your presence this evening at the reception of 69th anniversary of the independence of the Republic of Indonesia. I would also like to welcome to the Hijabers Mom community to Morocco. The Hijabers Mom is a group of Indonesian Muslimah that promotes experiences about hijab and fashion to the world. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, the Economist names Indonesia as the economic stars of Asia. The World Bank recently placed Indonesia into the world top 10 largest economies in terms of PPP, something that was unthinkable just a generation ago. In the last 5 years, we have maintained an average economic growth of 5.5%, which is one of the fastest in the group of 20. The consulting firm McKinsey projected that in 2030, Indonesia will be 135 million consuming class in Indonesia. And with that, Indonesia could offer a significant 1.8 billion US dollar market opportunity. Through this master plan for economic expansion and acceleration, we are intensifying infrastructure construction in 6 economic corridors, and we have already disbursed more than 73 billion US dollar since 2011. Between 2015 to 2017, we aim to complete around 25 strategic projects such as railroad, electricity, ports, telecommunication, highway, with a total value of 26 billion US dollar. On the political aspect, we have achieved the often elusive connection between democracy and stability. We have broken this myth that democracy will unravel national unity, and instead demonstrated that democracy has made us more united. We have become an example that democracy, Islam, modernity can go hand in hand. We have also had a direct presidential, vice presidential, and parliament election this year with more than 137 million voters. The democratic process went peacefully and with transparency. As a nation, we are now united under the new president-elect, Joko Widodo, and Vice President-elect Yusuf Kala, who will be sworn in on 20 October 2014 this year in Jakarta. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is also continually enhancing its constructive role in promoting world peace. We will be steadfast in pushing for a peaceful diplomatic solution to the conflict in Syria. And, of course, for the long-delayed realization of the inalienability right of the Palestinian people. With regard, the Palestine, Indonesia was the host of the Conference of the Cooperation among East Asian countries for Palestinian Development, or CPAD, in March 2014. On diplomatic approach is also implemented in the form of national, bilateral, regional, and global issues. Indonesia's diplomacy has made concrete contribution to the post-2015 development agenda through the role of President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono as one of the co-chairs of the United Nations High-Level Panel of Eminent Persons. Indonesia was also the chairman of APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation 2013, and also hosted the successful WTO Ministerial Conference as well as the 6th United Nations Alliance on Civilization Global Forum in Bali. Indonesia is a part of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, is entering that final stretch towards ASEAN Community by 2015. ASEAN must be able to contribute to the better and more prosperous world. It needs to demonstrate it and deliver on its own courted leadership and centrally role in the region. In terms of economic power, ASEAN can reach the goal of the ASEAN Development Agenda to double of GDP from 2.2 trillion US dollar to some 4.4 trillion US dollar by 2030. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of economic cooperation, Indonesia and Morocco is becoming more engaged in partnership. The two countries are working together to connect business people and to boost trade relations. In 2013, the total trade value of Indonesia and Morocco is more than 1.2 billion US dollar from 800 million US dollar in 2009. Many efforts have been done to strengthen the partnership, such as the participation in trade expos, creating business meetings, and reducing the complexity of regulation. On 8 up to 12 October this year, we are also expecting the visit of Moroccan business people to take part of the 29th edition of Trade Expo Indonesia in Jakarta. We are welcoming any additional participant from Morocco to the Expo. We have also enhanced cooperation in socio-cultural cooperation and people-to-people contact. The number of Indonesian students in Morocco has increased and vice versa. We have also promoted Indonesian culture in Morocco, such as the cultural festival in West Sumatra, in Megamall, and Meknes last May. I would like to take this opportunity to express my expression to the government of the Kingdom of Morocco, especially for the hospitality that has been rendered to the Indonesian Embassy in Rabat and for its continuous cooperation and mutual support to Indonesia. Under the leadership of His Majesty King Mohammed VI, Morocco is a country of peace, steady economic growth, and advanced democracy. I hope Indonesia and Morocco will continue to enjoy excellent relations in the future. Excellencies, distinguished guests, once again, thank you very much for your presence and please enjoy Indonesian food and cultural performance. I wish you a pleasant evening. Terima kasih, syukran jazilan, merci beaucoup.